I love silver. And all my friends going, you're an idiot. I said, no, I love silver. Why don't you buy Amazon? I said, no, I'd rather have silver. To me, I've been saying this for a number of years now, silver is the biggest opportunity I have ever seen, bigger than real estate, bigger than anything else.
Demand coming into the silver market and push silver from a ratio perspective higher than gold.
The next year, this year, 2021, we should see an outperformance of silver again. If we have an industrial resurgence, especially in the green energy.
I think that it's possible we might see prices in the 40s by next year.
Look, anything's possible today. You know what I mean? Who knows what can happen today? But the point here is this, you have to look at what the problem is. And the problem is the American economy is crushed. People miss the macro. I think our national debt is over $50 trillion. And don't quote me on it. So you think Bitcoin's going to cover that? You think silver is going to cover it? You think gold's going to cover it? Our pensions are crushed. That's why I wrote the book, Stole My Pension. Because the authors, Ted Siddell and myself, Ted's the #1 whistleblower on pensions in America. And both his father and my father lost their pensions. And Danielle, that's coming. So the pension problem, which was now it's all been stuffed with the CMBS's, collateralized mortgage-backed securities, the same as the derivatives of 2008. It hasn't gotten any better. It's gotten worse since 2008. So as gold goes down, to me, it's a buying opportunity. The same as when Bitcoin crashed, it was a buying opportunity. So as gold goes down, in my opinion, that's good. But the sleeper of all, as you know, I'm on Lear Capital, but Lear doesn't pay me. I am sincere when I say I buy silver. And so this morning, a couple of those doubters called me this morning and said, you're right. I said, it's nice.
Yes.
You're right. But anyway, what we're getting to next week, come back, is there's a difference between GameStop and silver. There really is a global shortage of silver. But not only that is the value, the intrinsic value, the real value of silver is about to go up with the Green New Deal, with electric cars, with medicines and all this. And there is this major silver short. And the people that ultimately want the silver never disclose that they want it. So we still don't know who's squirming out there, because there's companies like Toshiba, Sony, Apple, and Tesla. They all need silver. To me, I've been saying this for a number of years now, silver is the biggest opportunity I have ever seen, bigger than real estate, bigger than anything else. There's less than 10-year supply worth of silver on planet Earth. The difference between gold and silver is gold is hoarded, silver is consumed. Silver is an industrial precious metal. It is used in cell phones, telephones, computers, electric lights, everywhere. The more information age we become, the more we use silver. And what Michael is saying is that stockpile is at all-time lows, and they're not discovering much more. Poland has about 25% of the world's silver, so buy real estate silver in Poland. But anyway, where am I investing? I say I'm investing in the world. I say, what do you mean by that? It says I'm investing in a metal that is consumed throughout the world. So I buy a little gold, but Kim and I have been buying silver since it was about $4 an ounce. Because the biggest trend coming out, let's say America does go socialist or Marxist, which it is this Green New Deal. The Green New Deal is they're going to take the money away from oil, and they're going to give it to capitalists who understand green energy. They're going to start giving their money to solar and all that, so solar is jumping and all this. So anything the communist socialists of America are backing is good for us. But that makes it for silver, because silver is used in, medicine, all that. So silver is still 50% off its all-time high.
And you're going to have silver supplies not meeting demand until that demand is met with new supplies. But that could take another year to 2 years before those supplies catch up.
Silver will lead gold and outperform. And we had that happen this year, going from like a 125 gold-silver ratio to the current near a little more than 70. So it's outperformed everyone, and percentage terms. So that's year one of the new bull market. The next year, this year, 2021, we should see an outperformance of silver again. If we have an industrial resurgence, especially in the green energy, you've got solar, as you mentioned, you've got all kinds of bactericide type of properties, even using silver in masks because of the antibacterial properties. You also have the EV market, which no one really talks about, but Samsung has a EV battery that will be superior to the lithium battery right now. And that's something that I always smile about, because if you were driving an EV that was powered by a zinc silver battery, you probably at the end of 10 years could cash your car out for far more than what you bought it for based on the price of silver. But I'm bullish silver, so time will tell.
Now, the reason I like gold and silver is because when you study money, what the dollar is always called counterparty risk to it. The average guy goes, counterparty what? A stock has counterparty risk to it. All money has counterparty risk. That means you got to trust somebody else. Like the counterparty risk of the dollar, the US dollar or any money, the yen or the peso, is you have to trust your government. If you trust your government, knock yourself out, man. Save all the money you can as a screw you. So the reason I like gold and silver, that's God's money. Read my book, Fake. Fake money, fake teachers, fake asset. Gold and silver were here when the earth was formed. God is your counterparty. I'm not really religious, but I'm just making a point here. You know, I trust God, which means you add L to the word God, it spells gold. Oh my jeez. Hallelujah, brother. Moses, Buddha, Muhammad. It's gold. Wake up.
You have fake money, you have fake school teachers that don't teach you anything about money, and you have fake assets. And my friends call up and they said, you know what? I should have bought some gold and silver. Well, it's kind of nice to be Chicken Little and be validated finally. But these guys now can't find any gold and silver. So I pray for them tonight. So that's why I get so upset. There's no financial education in our schools. What does school teach you about money? The answer is nothing. You know, if I was a school teacher, I'd be telling kids to buy silver. It's $20. Buy it.
Right now, people say, well, I can't afford gold. Well, buy silver. You know, silver is so undervalued today.
So if you say, I can't afford something, that becomes your real world or reality. And what my rich dad said instead was, instead of saying I can't afford it, simply say, how can I afford it?
I can buy silver for $2. I can go to a coin dealer and buy a dime for $2, 10 cents for $2, get that. So everybody can do something to get what I call real money, not fake money. In 1971, the US dollar became fake when Nixon took us off the gold standard. And as I write about in my book, Fake, in 72, I was flying behind enemy lines and I went to buy my first gold. The trouble is, Americans don't know what gold was. Plus, in 72, I finally bought my first Krugerrand for about $50 in Hong Kong, and I became a criminal because I had to smuggle that Krugerrand into the United States because it was illegal for Americans to own gold. Thank God in 74 or 75 they made it legal again. But that Krugerrand, I paid, let's say, $50 for it. Today it's worth $1,500. Now, who was smarter, the guy who saved money or the person who saved gold? And silver's in that same category right now. So anybody says, I can't afford gold or silver, hey, I don't know what rock they're living in. But get real stuff, not fake stuff. That's all I'm saying.
So a cup of Starbucks coffee or a silver coin, right? There you go.
Yeah, I think silver is even less than a cup of Starbucks.
You can afford it today. It's $25. It's 50% of us at all-time high. It hasn't moved.